Hello, hello. All right. Hopefully the connection's okay. Let's see if I can get a couple people in here before I start. So, I don't know why I'm getting notifications. I swear my phone's on Do Not Disturb. No, it's not. That's why. Hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I am like right by the airport, so every now and then a plane will fly by, and hopefully it's not too loud and y'all can hear me. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it since I do have a viewer. There's been a lot going on. Basically, I have been under spiritual attack. I have been under divine pressure and I have been tested like I have never been tested before. A lot of people who follow me and know me personally know that I have been working on getting out to LA, moving permanently to the West Coast for basically a year now, and I'm here. So I'm in LA. I've only been here a week. Tomorrow makes a week, and there's been so much happening. I talked about it a little bit in the collective reading that I recently did. The collective love reading. I guess that's the right way to say that. Anyway, I'm just gonna kind of run through a lot of the things that has been going on because I understand y'all want your readings, but I got to make sure my energy is right first and foremost. So there's been a lot that I've had to do, to take care of responsibilities, and there's also a lot that I've had to do to maintain my peace of mind and just to take care of myself and to take care of my body because I'm tired. Like I've been moving and doing a lot of stuff. Like my body hurts because I've been walking a lot. I've just been trying to relax and stay focused and not let these distractions get to me because that's what they are. They're distractions. So before I left Houston, that's where I'm from. For those who don't know that, I'm from Houston, Texas. Before I even left Houston on the way I'm just going to kind of briefly, generally run down everything that happened. So I wasn't able to renew my driver's license, so I had to get a state ID. I had to go to the DPS office 3 different times before they finally approved the documentation that I had to get the ID, and I did that the day of my flight. So they finished in the nick of time, got to the house, loaded up the car with 3 luggages. And when I got to the airport, there were only 2 suitcases in the back, which in hindsight, I would have been struggling trying to carry 3 luggages, but there was a lot of valuable stuff in there. Y'all know I make my bracelets, I make rollerballs with essential oils. I was bringing a lot of my books, my astrology books. Most of my oracle cards were in that bag because I'm down to 2 oracle cards and 1 in my Kipper deck. So I have the Moonology oracle card, the Divine Energy oracle card. All of my other oracle cards that I have been using, gone. I can't even, because most of them were new. They're gone. My Isis oracle deck, gone. Romance Angels, gone. So those were beautiful decks that provide a beautiful message. The energy oracle cards, my psychic tarot cards, all gone. And I even had a little tablet where I was writing down like tarot spreads and stuff. I would screenshot them and then I would transfer them to this notebook so I could clear out space on my phone. So a lot of that is gone. My book of shadows was in there. I think some recipe books, like a personal journal, and like my recipe books for like my bath bomb blends, my essential oil blends, my yoni steam blends. A lot of that was in there. Most of the stuff in there was replaceable. My incense, my pipe and my grinder. There was a lot in that bag. I don't even want to think about that bag. I don't want to talk about that bag. I'm hoping that it comes up. I did call Hobby Airport, but I swear when I opened the back of my grandmother's truck, I didn't see that bag. So I'm hoping that it mysteriously turns up just as mysteriously as it vanished because it was quite strange. Like we have cameras outside of my grandparents' house. We saw my brother loading it up. And when I got to the airport, there was only one bag. It didn't turn up at home. It didn't turn up anywhere else to my knowledge. So I have to wait for the airport to call me back. But of course, it's Labor Day weekend, so I have to wait until Tuesday. And they probably won't even call me back on Tuesday. I'll have to call them back. What else? So I was going to sign up for Central Casting, which is a large casting company out here that gets you a lot of casting gigs. And I had arranged that and set that up before I even got out here. My appointment was for Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday, I believe. First of all, my Uber driver, because so I go to catch the bus, right? The bus was either super early or super late. Because I sat there at the bus station for, well, not that, but I stood there for maybe like 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes, and the bus never showed up. So I ended up trying to find my way there, and I'm waking up 2 hours in advance to take, make sure I get there on time with public transportation. So anyway, the bus route was, I'm still learning my way around. I think I ended up getting off on the wrong stop or something. And in order to prevent from being late, I just decided, let me go ahead and Uber. So I get the Uber and I do Uber Pool, which probably wasn't smart, but I had time and I wanted to save some money. So I do Uber Pool. The driver passes me up, and I know damn well when Uber has someone else to pick up before you, it notifies you, hey, your driver's going to pick up so-and-so. I didn't get any notification. He literally passed me right up and went to go pick up someone else. Now, he was Hispanic or Mexican or something, and this is not the first time this has happened to me, and this is not nothing against brown people. I love brown people, but I know they look out for their people. They look out for each other. So he had 3 of the Hispanic people in the car, and I was the only black girl. So he picked them up first and dropped them off first. I don't know if that was the order of the route, but I know he was supposed to pick me up first. So anyway, he almost made me late. I still ended up getting there on time, but because I had just renewed my ID, I have a temporary ID. Central Casting would not accept that. So I was really dependent on that to make some extra money. And I had a bunch of interviews scheduled, so I'm running around. One's on this side of town, one's on this side of town, one's on this side of town, one's on this side of town. I'm running all over the place, taking public transportation. It's taking hours to accomplish all of these tasks and take care of all these, take care of this responsibility. I'm not complaining, but it's a lot. It's wearing me out. I'm tired. But anyway, so I've had a bunch of interviews. Everything in that sense went pretty well, except for one I thought it was an interview and it wasn't. They actually had me fill out an assessment that was literally 2 pages. They had me come up there. They could have emailed me this shit. They had me come up there, fill out an assessment, which was 2 pages, 10 questions, and it was like some math questions, just a really, really super basic assessment. I thought I was going to an interview. Another girl shows up. She's interviewing. They pull her in. I'm done with this paper, like pretty much before they even pull her in. I think I had a couple more questions or whatever. They pull her in there. They're in there with her for 40 minutes. They come out and let me know, okay, when we're ready to schedule an interview, we'll call you back. I'm like, bitch, I thought this was an interview. Didn't complain. On the way to that place, though, my 64-ounce water bottle, aluminum water bottle, snapped, broke. The top just broke off. Can't reuse it. I mean, I could have if I would have just bought another top, but they don't sell the top by itself. I would have to buy a whole nother jug. So that happened. Full of alkaline water. Hadn't even taken a sip yet. And mind you, I have all these errands to run in this heat, and I needed that water to last me. So I was pretty upset about that. Then I know I'm missing some things. Like that bag was a big doozy. But anyway, I went to the beach yesterday trying to make some money. And I said, you know what? I'm going to bring my cards. I'm going to find somewhere to post up. And I'm going to just do some readings. I'm going to do my YouTube readings. And if someone wants a personal reading, perfect. I can just do a personal reading right there on the spot and make some money. I get to the beach. It's gorgeous. And I look out at the shore, and like there's people on the beach, and I took a picture. And I just remember thinking to myself, how dare I be depressed here? And I used to always say, if I'm gonna be depressed, I'm gonna be depressed on the beach, or I'll go to the beach and cry. I don't want to be depressed here in Houston. I want to go to the beach and be depressed if I'm going to do that. And I saw it and I was like, how dare I be depressed here? It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Why? How? Still feeling a little bit discouraged about the week being so hard. However, I remain optimistic nonetheless. So I walk around the entire pier, and then I walk around again. I started getting hungry, so I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get some food now before I find a spot. That way I don't get hungry, have to pack up all my shit, go get some food, and then come back and find another spot. I get in line to get a veggie burger. This guy skips me in line, and he's like, oh, she's ready for you, or she was ready. And I'm like, excuse me, you just skipped me. He's like, oh, she was ready, and I'm in line. You still see me standing here. And I'm like, motherfuckers are rude out here. They're rude as fuck. Just say that. He was kind of young, so I let him make it. But I don't know. I'm from the South. Southern hospitality is a thing. I'm used to, hey, ma'am, she ready? You know what I'm saying? I don't skip people. People don't skip. I guess there are some people who do that, but that's just blatantly rude. So I was like, seriously, bro? You see me in line? You know that I'm in line. Look, there was no misconception about the fact that I was in line. So had to check his little ass. And I'm just like, okay, let that go. I order my food, and then I walk around to the pier, and I was looking at my phone on something. I had just bought a power pack the previous day. Just bought a power pack, a charger pack, because I'm running all these errands. My phone keeps dying. I need my phone so I can navigate. So I bought this power pack from TJ Maxx. It was a really good deal, and it has 2 slots on it. You can charge 2 phones or 2 devices at the same time, and you can get up to 3 chargers. So I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I need this. So I can stay going all day and don't have to worry about my phone dying. Oh, and in the Phantom bag, I had 2 extra phone chargers, and I have a little power pack from Five Below. The charger for that was in that bag too. So, screwed. So I'm standing there, I had on my fanny pack, and I'm literally standing still. There was a small opening in my fanny pack, and the damn charger pack slides out of the fanny pack, disconnects from my phone, and through a big ass gap in the pier, falls underneath. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, my only fucking charger just fell. I have to get that back. There is first of all, I've taken too many L's. Can't afford to take no more. And I'm like, that's my only charger, and I was charging my phone. I need my battery life to get back home. Oh, hell no. So I immediately start getting a little anxious, and then I had to tell myself, okay, Sean, relax. Somebody surely can go down there. So first and foremost, I went down there myself. I was able to walk all the way underneath the pier, but part of it was restricted. It was gated off, and I have pictures too, which I'll probably end up posting on Instagram. So it was partially gated off, and I'm thinking, oh shit, it's got to be on that side in the restricted area. And I'm really hoping that it is, because there were people down there. It's cool, it's shaded. Sorry, there's a plane. It's cool, it's shaded underneath the pier, and there's still sand. So people were literally just posted up, and there were a few homeless people under there. So I'm like, shit, if somebody find this, they gonna scoop it up and take it. Then the power pack had a full battery. I had just started using it. So anyway, I can't find it, and there was a guy down there, and I was like, hey, do you know if there's someone who can go back there? I dropped something. And so he's like, yeah, the beach patrol or whatever. So I go all the way under, I go down the pier this way, walk all the way underneath it, and then go back on the other side. So I go to the police station. I had to wait, but they sent 2 people to help me. They were really nice, pleasant people. However, as an empath, I can see through your bullshit. So they were saying all the right shit, but doing all the wrong shit. So I could tell they just really didn't want to go under there. And I was like, okay, well, can you escort me? I'll go under there. It's my shit and I need it. And y'all clearly ain't bought it. So what's up? And, at this point, my whole accent coming out, I'm getting ghetto on you because I feel like you full of shit. So I'm calling you out. So they were like, okay, well, we need you to show us the exact spot you dropped it. And I'm like, okay, I can show you the exact spot. So for whatever reason, I can't find the spot when we go over there. I guess the way people were standing or something. I was like, okay, I know it was between here and here somewhere. well, without the exact spot, we can't really help you because it's a maze under there and there's water all under. I said, lady, I just walked under here. There's no water. There's no water. And I don't know what maze you're talking about, but I could see everything clearly underneath there. Mind you, it's dark because it's underneath the pier. And she's like, yeah. Basically, she's saying, like, we're not finna just go look all over the place under there. So if you don't tell me where exactly it is, I'm not going. In so many words. And I'm just like, okay, I know in proximity, like, I'm not asking you to roam the entire pier. I know the proximity of, you know, where it may have fallen. That's not too hard. Like, it was an unpleasant experience. So they just keep telling me, saying all the right customer service shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, it's bullshit because I can tell that you don't really want to help. So she's like, well, yeah, we need the exact spot. Like, you keep telling me you want to help me, and then you keep making excuses why you can't help me. And I'm like, you're full of shit. So she's like, yeah, we really want to help you. I was like, because, okay, it doesn't really feel like it. Because you keep telling me you can't do this, you can't do that, and you can't take me down there so I can go see for myself. So who can? Because you don't want to go down there. Well, it's not that we don't want to go down there. It is that you don't want to go down there. Call the thing a thing. So the guy, he could tell that I'm getting upset. So I was like, fuck it. Y'all can't help me then. I was like, is there somebody else who can? She's like, no, just us. Oh, great. You too. Lucky Santa Monica Pier. So I walk away, and after I walked away, I was like, no. I heard my higher self tell me, no, this is a test. Do not accept this shit. They're going to go down there and find that shit, period. I know you can find it. I know they were like, oh, it's all plugged up right here. There's no way it could be right here. This is all water underneath us. I said, there's no way that this is water because I literally just walked underneath the entire pier. And I'm like, okay, now you playing me for a fool. You are insulting my intelligence at this point, and I'm getting irritated because I know you're here to help me, but it's your job to help me. If you don't want to fucking do your job, you should have called in today. Is how I'm feeling at this point. So I was like, I don't know what water you're talking about, but I walked underneath the entire pier and there is no water. So you just don't want to go down there. So I get irritated. I let them walk away. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go back down there myself. I went down there again. Then I realized, okay, it definitely is in this restricted area. I know it is. It has to be. And that's when I realized, okay, I went back up to the top. I said, I know exactly where it was. I couldn't find that hole at first. I went back up. I found the hole. Well, it was like a couple boards and they all had pretty big holes in them. So anyway, about maybe an inch wide. Anyway. I go back up to the office. Oh no, the guy, he could sense that I was upset. And so he's like, well, why don't you give me your phone number? And if we find it, I'll go down there and look. And if we find it, I'll give you a call. So I said, okay, great. So I'm like, okay, you're actually trying. But I realized later that you're telling me this so you can shut me up, basically. You're appeasing me. And I don't like being appeased. So I was like, okay, cool. And then after I let him walk away, he wrote down my phone number and everything. And I'm like, the only thing is once my phone dies, I have no way to charge it to receive your fucking phone call. And then the lady's like, oh, well, the Apple store is right down there. Okay, bitch, well, why don't you give me a ride to the Apple store then? Because I can't navigate with a dead phone. And I'm just like, if she say one more of the wrong fucking thing to me, because she's just like so oblivious, like, oh, you can just go buy another charger. Bitch, Apple chargers are fucking $30. Who got $30 to just blow on a charger when you can just take your ass down there and get the one that I already have? Hello. So I was just like, I wanted to tell her, don't say nothing else to me because you're not helping. You keep trying to solve the wrong problem. If you just go down there and do your job and retrieve the one I already have, I don't need to go to the Apple store. I don't need to do any of that. So she was getting on my nerves. And she looked like she was too, not to sound judgmental, but she looked like she was too prissy for that type of job. Like that job, you're going to sweat, you're going to have to do some hard work, and you're going to crawl into some tight places every now and then. If you don't want to do that, then you need to go find a little cashier job or some shit where you can be cute and prissy and not have to bust a sweat. I mean, hey, don't get mad at me because I'm asking you to actually do some work today. So The guy was like, yeah, I'll go down there myself. I'll check it out. Cool. I'm thinking he's going to go down there right now. I go back to the office after I marked the exact spot. I found the exact spot. I go back to the office and I asked the lady who's there. I said, hey, were those guards that you sent to help me, did they come back? She says, yes. I'm like, ain't that some shit? Y'all done made it back here before me. I done went back down there, back up to the spot where I dropped it, and then came to this office, and y'all are in this office in the AC. You're not finna go down there. What you waiting on, the sun to go down? When it's gonna be even harder for you to find it? So I was like, okay, y'all full of shit. I said, okay, because they told me. I said, well, can you bring them back out here, because they told me that there's a maze down there, and they told me that there's water down there, and I think it's just scary, and they don't want to go down there. So can you get them back out here, because I found the exact spot where I dropped it, so they can go look now. So she brings him back out, and he's like, well, it's not that we don't want to go down there. I said, oh, but it is. He's like, well, there's this and this and that. I said, y'all keep making excuses. What are you here for if you don't want to do your job? He's like, well, we need the exact spot. Okay, well, I found the exact spot. Are you ready to follow me and come mark it? Because at this point, I'm not being nice to you anymore. Because one, I don't have to be nice to you. Secondly, you bullshitting me. You playing me for a fool. So you don't respect me. So at this point, I got to handle you. And you got to understand that I'm serious and you got me fucked up, basically. So, I find the spot. They both come out. They mark it, and he has this pocket knife. And you know how pocket knives, the handle of it is really thick and bulky. So he's got this roll of caution tape. He's sticking the caution tape down. He's like, oh, there's no way it could be here. You see this knife? It won't fit down there. I said, sir, my charger was a lot slimmer than that thick ass knife you're trying to shove through that hole. Quit making excuses. You keep trying to tell me, oh, it couldn't have been here. I'm not fucking stupid. I know what happened. I saw it fall down the hole. Like, it was just the fact that they were just blatantly telling me, oh, you're crazy. That didn't happen, was pissing me off. And I was like, okay, this is a test. But ultimately, I think I handled it very well. I was able to stand up for myself without being disrespectful or rude. I just had to get a little stern with them, which I think is very necessary with people most times, because if you're too nice, people take your kindness for weakness, and which I was really nice at first, and then I'm like, okay, you think I'm playing games with you, and you think I'm just gonna accept your bullshit and go on about my day, and I'm not. I'm gonna actually make your ass do some fucking work today. So, needless to say, they went back down there. I had to stand by the caution tape. Some kid tries to come by and kick it, and I'm standing over it because I'm like, okay, if I stand close enough to it, nobody should accidentally bump it and, you know, move the marker so they can't see it hanging from the bottom. This kid comes, looks down at it, and tries to kick it. And I'm just like, if you don't get your little bad ass, I'm just like, people and they damn kids. They were foreign, I don't know where they were from, but the lady was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And you could just tell that this kid does that shit all the fucking time. And I don't know, it maybe because I'm psychic, I sense things like this, but I'm like, she do this all the time. I'm just like, so many things, just one thing after another. And I'm just trying to maintain my balance, maintain my peace, and not let my emotions get the best of me so that I don't think clearly, because as soon as I started getting flustered, I'm like, oh my God, what to do? And I was like, okay, bitch, calm down. It's not that serious. It's replaceable. You just took a way bigger loss. We just need somebody to go down there and get it. So I was like, I just really need to be nice enough for them to do it. Because honestly, can you really refuse me that, right? You're here to do that. That is your purpose of this position. Like, you are meant to help me. So I don't see that you can really refuse it, but I also don't want for you to go down there and pretend like you didn't find it and you actually did. So I'm just like, okay, let me just be cool. You know, they are helping me. Cool. And I just keep imagining myself taking it out of their hands and going on about my day. Long story short, they come back. And so he's like, well, it's on top of this like cement platform at the bottom. We see where it is, but we can't get to it. And he's like, I'm gonna take you down there so you can see what I'm talking about, because it's a little hard to explain. Meanwhile, Barbie's still over here. Well, you can go to Starbucks. They have those little charger packs. You can charge them in there. It's for free. I said, yeah, but I can't take that with me now, can I? You keep trying to solve the wrong problem. So she's just like, sometimes you should just shut the fuck up. And you don't know what to say, it's best just to not say anything at all, because I really want to cuss her ass out. She was really getting on my nerves. But so I go down there, I follow the guy. He was really nice. And he shows me, it's like so weird under there. I took pictures of that too. It's like this platform, this thick cement platform. He tried to rig some 2x4s up on the fixture on the side of it so he could climb up there and everything. I'm like, you really went above and beyond, and I really appreciate that, because this little lazy bitch over here wasn't getting ready to do shit. If it was going, I might break a nail. I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, I don't even know why y'all hired her. She just, I don't know. Anyway, Malibu Barbie wasn't with it, but the other guy, he was very helpful. So anyway, he shows me where it falls, and I'm like, okay, it has to be up there, because I can see the caution tape hanging, and there was a few different boards. Now, although the one they stuck the caution tape through, I don't think that was the exact one. I think it was probably the second or third one, but that platform was pretty wide, so it has to be on there. So he's like, the only thing is it might sit up there and rust, you know, because we can't. He's like, we don't have access to this part of the pier. Only a certain. They were Beach Patrol. He told me another entity's name. I forgot. But he's like, only they have access to it, and they're only here Monday through Friday. It was Saturday. And Labor Day weekend. So I have to wait until Tuesday. Yay. So I'll call them and see if they can go down there, see if they find it. And then hopefully if they find it, then I can go down there and get it. I won't make a blank trip for nothing. So that all happened yesterday. I didn't get to do any readings, didn't make any money, and then my phone died on me on the way home. Luckily, I already knew where I was going or how to get back home before it died on me. But yesterday was just, I won't say it was stressful, but it was tough. It was hard. I cried on the bus. I was like, oh, if I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry on the beach. No. I cried on the bus, and I did not give a shit. I just was like, you know what, I'm so frustrated. This is so annoying. Like, I knew this was gonna be hard, but fuck. And it's like, I know I'm doing everything right, because this is spiritual attack. How does a bag vanish out of the back of a car? You load it in the car and it fucking disappears before we get to the airport. And like, people have been witnessing this shit around me, and like my roommates were like, oh, who did you piss off? And I'm like, nobody, because I didn't tell anybody when I was moving. The only people I told was family. And honestly, I wasn't going to tell family, but I ended up needing a lot of help. So I had to tell some people. My mom knew, my grandmothers, or my grandparents, both maternal and paternal grandparents, and like 2 or 3 friends, right? Who are solid friends. I didn't make any announcements. I didn't share this with the world, because I knew that there were people who wouldn't be happy for me, even though they pretend that they are. So I didn't share with anyone, with everyone, where I was going, when I was going, none of my plans, any of that. I just did it. And I took the opportunity when it came, and it came, I took it. I just had to take the leap when it was, when time and energy permitted, like, and I was gonna move my flight, but it would have had to be like a month later. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, staying in Texas would have killed me. It would have been emotional suicide. The essence of who I am would have just slowly died day by day. And I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm ready for change. I'm ready to start working again. I had already started lining up in interviews, and I'm like, I don't want to tell these people, oh, I had to push my flight back a month, so I can't interview with you. They're going to fill these positions. Like, I have to get out here in order for me to really, like, I can line things up all day, but in order for me to hop on an opportunity, I have to be there. So I'm here. And like I said, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, and these attacks are just coming left and right. So shit has been tough. I haven't even been thinking about replacing my Oracle decks, but just as much as the attacks have increased, the intuition has increased, my psychic abilities have increased. I've had some crazy visions, some crazy channelings and downloads. Like last night, I haven't dreamed in forever, but last night I had a dream, like, okay, they have California June bugs out here, and they're obsessed with me, but they are a scarab. And I know I have at least 2 Egyptian past lives, and I know that Isis is one of my guides. While I was walking down the street the other day, I said, oh, you know what, they're probably attracted to Isis. Was that a bee? I don't know what the fuck that was. I was like, oh, maybe it's the Isis. So I Google it, and I'm like, what's the thing with these bees? I mean, the beetles, or the June bugs. And my roommate was like, oh, they're blind. I was like, oh, okay, that explains why they fly all over the place like that. Because I was sitting at the bus stop one day. That's what it was. And I'm just dancing. I'm in my little zone, listening to music. I'm feeling good. I'm like, I'm not about to let this shit piss me off. I'm happy I finally got to California. It's gorgeous out here. It's beautiful, blah, 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 whatever. I turn around. June bug flies right damn near in my mouth. Had my mouth been open, it would have gone in. But it hit my lips, and I was like, ah! And so she was like, oh, yeah, they're blind. So I Google them or whatever, and I find out they're attracted to light. I'm a Reiki master. So my light shines bright. The more I use Reiki, the more I grow and ascend, the brighter that light gets. So I'm like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. And also because they're a scarab in the Egyptian past life. Because I was like, I don't see them attacking anybody else like that. And if you're blind, how are you finding me? Bruh, like how they be like all up on me. I'll go outside to smoke. I can see their shadow. I can hear them buzzing. I won't see them, but I can see their shadow following me. And I'm like, can you just not, please? That's just a minor inconvenience compared to everything else that's been occurring. But I'm rolling with the punches. I'm not a quitter. I know that I'm being tested. I know that it's divine pressure. And I know it's all just to see how bad do you want it, right? I don't fold. So, shit just gonna have to work out because there's no other option. I'm here now. And I was like, I knew that when I was home, I said, you know what? The first week I get out there, I know I'm gonna go through so much shit. It's gonna make me want to come back home. The only thing that would make me want to come back home is certain things that I have to do here I didn't have to do at home that would just make it easier. But easy doesn't always equal happy. Because I know that if I go back home, that first week I'll be like, oh yes, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do this, I don't have to worry about this. But then I'll be like, okay, but I'm still miserable. I want to go back. It was hard. But it's been like blow after blow after blow after blow. As soon as I catch my breath, it's something else. And I was not quite prepared for that. But like I said, I'm rolling with the punches. The only thing is I'm tired. My body is really, really tired. I've been like moving a lot. And I guess I'm still on Central Time. So I'm waking up hella early, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then running errands like out of the house by 9, 10 o'clock. I've never done that in Texas, ever. So I'm like up and I'm just doing things. And I realized that some of the things that I said that I wanted, especially I went to a sacred chambers experience a few months ago. If you don't know what that is, please Google that. It's a spiritual experience. They call it a meeting with the divine. However, and I think it's a Middle Eastern practice, or at least this particular one that I went to was Sri Bhagavan, I believe, if I'm saying it correct. Anywho, some of the things that I asked for and I prayed for, I noticed I'm starting to receive. Those blessings are accumulating, things that I wanted internally to experience growth-wise. And I remember saying, like, I wanted to articulate better. I wanted to not be so vague, because I know that my thoughts move faster than my mouth can a lot of the times, and I'll paraphrase or I'll shorten my words, or I can tend to be very vague. And I realized just how bad that was when I started doing readings on YouTube, and I started going back and reading, listening to them, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to work on that. Like my articulation, I want to say I have a decent sized vocabulary, but it was something I just wanted to improve, to make sure I'm heard correctly, to make sure that people understand and comprehend what I mean, and not just hear the words that I say. So sometimes I would hear myself say things, and I would rephrase immediately, because I'm like, okay, wait, you're not going to understand that based on the way I said it. So I've been catching myself, and I was doing readings, personal readings the other day, and I was like, wow, that was good. And I moved through it really quickly, and everything was like super clear. So new highs, new lows, new lows, new highs. I'm grateful because, oh, on the bus, while I was crying on the bus, and I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm so glad this is the last day of August. I knew something like months ago. I predicted that something life-changing was going to happen. Something really big was going to happen. Something else personally happened with me, but I'm not ready to share that information yet. But a week later, or a week or two later, is when I moved. I remember telling my cousin, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm gonna move, but it's gonna be something big, something life-changing. But I felt like August was gonna be big for a lot of people, and my cousin ended up giving birth. And I didn't think I was going to actually get to see the baby, but she ended up going into labor like 4 or 5 days before I flew out. So I got to see the baby, and she's beautiful and she's healthy. And I was there when she gave birth. I got to hold the baby first. So I just I'm counting my blessings, right? Taking account of all of the things that are going right. And I literally can feel, I was walking down the street one day and I was getting discouraged, and I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm gonna make enough money for this. I don't know if I'm gonna, I just felt all these worries and fears creeping up. But it wasn't as loud as it usually is. And I was like, we don't do that no more. I'm literally having internal conversations. Like my higher self is talking to my inner child, like, shut up. We got this. Quit freaking out. You're doing too much. You're distracting me. I need to think clearly. Like, just relax. So I just had to, we don't do that anymore. Like, we don't worry, we don't stress, we don't fear. I'm here. The divine wanted me to be here. I know that I'm guided and protected. I've had so many synchronicities. My guides have literally been like, hey, it's me. Kylie popped up on me the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, hey girl. And I'm just like, cool, I'm walking down the street, I'm good. I got my guides with me. And this one particular beetle, when I realized, oh, maybe it's Isis, I got a channeling, I guess Isis was with me. I felt like her presence was just over my left side, and the beetle was flying like right along the side of me. I'm like, that's cool. You can follow me, just don't be all up in my face, all up in my personal shit, trying to fly into my mouth and things. Like, that's cool. That's cute. I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind seeing the beetles, just like I don't mind seeing spiders, but once you all up on me, I'm like, no, I don't like that. So I've seen synchronicities. It's just like every single time something bad happens, this seems like really bad or really big. It's not. It's just a distraction. I see something great. Like, what was it? What? Something, was it the day my jug broke? And it's crazy because I can remember all the bad shit that happened, but I have to recall all the good shit that happened. So my jewelry kit, my beads, all of my freaking inventory for my essential oils and my beads, for my bracelet kit, my jewelry kit in general, was in the phantom bag that went missing. So I was on the bus, and I think I either was on the wrong bus or something happened, and I was like, oh, I ended up having to take a different route or something happened. But had that not happened, I wouldn't have found a bead supply store. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's why that happened, to put me on this path so I would find this bead supply store. So I got off the bus early, and I was really tired that day, but I got off the bus early, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go see this bead store before I go back to the house, because I want to see if they have the inventory that I need, so I know at least here's where I can come to replace my kit. They had pretty much most of the beads that I use, the gemstones and crystals, which was perfect. Oh, and I found a Black-owned metaphysical store, had some really beautiful crystals, and I asked were they in need of readers, and so they said no, not at the moment, but let me take your information because someone was just asking for a list of African American readers, and I can add you to that list because there's only 2 people on it right now. So I was like, perfect, my pleasure, please do. So I gave them my name, my phone number, and my social media information, and I also informed him that I'm a Reiki master. So he's like, oh, here, let me give you this information, you can host a Reiki circle here. It just fell into my lap. And I said, when I get to California, I have to find somewhere where I can host my own Reiki circle. And I was like, oh, I can do that eventually. I know there's going to be a ton of things that I have to get done first. And that just literally landed in my lap. And they were beautiful people. The store was beautiful. And I was just like, awesome. Oh my God, that's so awesome. So I was very happy about that. It's like the little things make all the difference. So I found the bead supply store. I found a place where I can purchase my crystals, candles. Luckily I have a mini altar that wasn't in that bag that I still have with me, so I don't have to replace some of those things too. But when I need candles or incense or whatever, I know where to go. And I was already aware of one store in particular, but I wasn't really a big fan of their inventory, and I won't name them because I know they're pretty popular. There's a few different stores, and I really like the store and their theme, the whole design of it and everything, but I just felt like their inventory was pretty lame. And there was another one in Pasadena called Alexandria 2 or something like that, that I went to the second time I was out here, and they're huge. They had a ton of books, ton of tarot and oracle cards, so I already know when I want to go replace those, that's where I can go. And then this other store, they had some tarot and oracle cards too, but not a huge selection. So that gave me some peace of mind. The bead store gave me some peace of mind, because it reminded me that all is not lost and that certain things are definitely replaceable. Now, granted that, some of my stones, like the blue tiger's eye, the amethyst, rose quartz, like those are really expensive. And I had a decent amount of inventory left. So I am kind of bummed out that I lost a lot of my kit, like a huge chunk of it. Especially my essential oils. Essential oils are expensive as fuck. And I had at least 16 maybe. I don't know, but that was definitely a loss. And I'm still hoping that it mysteriously pops up at Hobby or Airport somewhere, but I'm not counting on it. I'm just kind of trying to move on and stop thinking about it. And when I do think of like, okay, what else was in that bag that I need to replace? So like my astrology books, I mentioned that those were in there. Just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of my pedicure kit, because I do my own pedicure. So my UV lamp, my nail polish, all of my utensils and things and tools. That was all, my drill, all of that was in there. Just, my hair stuff, my flat iron, my blow dryer, my products. Oh my goodness. All of my hygiene stuff, my toothpaste, my toothbrush, my facial oil, my exfoliation brushes, like all of my hygiene stuff was in there. Like, so I did take a pretty big loss, and it's just been like blow after blow after blow. But I've been seeing gems. Okay, so back to when I was crying on the bus, right? I was like, August is supposed to be, this is the 8th month. This was supposed to be full of abundance. This was supposed to be full of growth. And I'm like, I'm not complaining. I'm happy I finally made it here. I was right. My prediction was accurate. I made it. I moved. This is life changing. Absolutely. And especially like the other experience that I had. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm here. And I know things are going to get better, but fuck, this is tough. I'm so glad this is the last day of August, because September has got to bring in better energy. Turns the corner on this street. I think it was Bel Air, the area or neighborhood we were in. I don't know exactly. We turned the corner. There's a luxury apartment on the corner. The address is 888. And I said to myself, abundance. I know it's coming. And then as we continue turning, I can see that it has 888 pretty big, and there's all these different languages on it. But on the side of the 888, it says abundance. And I just smiled, and I was like, I know it's coming. I know. And I keep seeing threes everywhere, like 33, 333. Bunch of synchronicities, 44, 444. Even like the streets nearby, Orion, firmament. It's just like, okay, I see this is all, and it's so crazy because everything got clearer here. Everything got so much clearer. People are like staring at me and speaking to me and talking to me and but everything got, I just saw 4444 as I looked up. Everything got super clear. The first day I did Reiki on myself, I could literally feel the dust off of my aura. Like I could literally feel when I went to dust my aura off, I could literally feel like the dust leaving. And I was just like, oh my God, I gotta do Reiki on myself every day for sure, because this is crazy. But like I said, I'm rolling with the punches. I'm staying optimistic, and like I said, I've done a bunch of interviews. I don't plan on doing any more interviews right now. My esthetician license is still pending, and then I have to get my mom to send me my ID in the mail whenever that comes, and then I can book with Central Casting. So things should be turning fairly quickly. I did get one job offer, but I'm waiting to hear from 2 other establishments before I accept it, because they're better paying, and I think I would be happier there ultimately also. So I feel like the energy is shifting, but I really want to share this because the distractions are a major thing. And I think the common misconception is with spiritual or gifted people is that we roll through shit like nothing, like we're untouchable, and nothing is ever a challenge, or nothing is ever difficult, or, you know, we don't get stressed, we don't get discouraged or anything like that. No. New highs, new lows. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, that as above, so below. You reach higher heights, you reach lower lows. And that's just the duality of life. That's just how it goes. So I knew the shit was gonna be hard here, but I know once I start winning, all the way up, you know, I'm just looking forward to the positivity that's coming, because I know it's coming. So like I said, I just wanted to share this because the energy is the energy, and we all handle it and process it and channel it differently. So the only difference is I'm on a different level. You know, if I'm more spiritually in tuned or more intuitively attuned than the average person, then I may know extra ways. I have more cheat codes to navigate or to get through certain tasks. It doesn't mean that it's any easier. Just like a video game, once you beat one level, you get to the next level, and it's harder. And you may not beat that level right away. You may have to try it a couple times. That's why I couldn't move right to LA when I wanted to last year, you know? So I just wanted to share this because the distractions can be overwhelming, and they can really get you down and really fuck your focus up. And I remember telling myself, I need to make sure that I meditate more frequently, and I need to stay aligned, and I need to make sure that I don't allow my emotions to get the best of me. I'm a moon Scorpio, so I'm very easily hurt, very sensitive, and just I feel things very deeply, both good and bad things, but that can be a gift and a curse. So I told myself, you know, to just stay attuned, stay aligned, stay balanced. And as long as I do that, my judgment can't be clouded, and it won't affect my decision making. So I've been able to stay calm thus far. I feel like I've passed every test that has come my way. I just have to keep going, and I can't beat myself up. I can't get too discouraged, and I just can't harp on things, or, you know, I can't keep thinking about the bag. I can't keep thinking about my oracle cards. I can't keep thinking about last week and everything that happened. I have to keep moving forward. I have to be solution oriented. I have to focus on those that I've set. Make sure that I'm moving swiftly and progressively forward. No, you know, I don't want to say with no problems, because there will be problems. But I want to make sure that I'm moving forwardly with ease, like as much as possible. I don't want to make anything harder on myself than it already is. And I think by us not being honest with our emotions and doing the necessary shadow work and just having those moments with ourselves, when you have to really check yourself, like your inner child can get a little out of control, and you got to be like, okay, look, you're tripping, and I can't think straight. Like, I need to get through this, and your anxiety is giving me anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that's crazy because I literally, we don't do that. Stop, cut that out. I literally was like, no, we don't do that. You're not finna, no. That's negative. I don't want to hear that. Shut up. We're going to figure this shit out because there's no fucking choice, right? So that goes for all of you. When you set your goal in place, and I know I've been saying this in a lot of the readings, and forgive me because I'm starting on the rest of the readings once I get done with this video, but that saying that's be stubborn about your goals, but be flexible in your routes, or what, something like that. Like, yeah, when you set your goal, don't falter, don't bend, don't fold. This is my goal, this is what I want, period. Don't accept the next best thing, accept what you want, and that's it. There's gonna be tests. The universe will come send you something that falls short of what you want by a fraction, just to see if you'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll take this. But that is a testament to your self-worth, how you feel, how much you feel that you're worth. So you really have to work on your self-love and your relationship with yourself to remain aligned and to remain balanced, so that you don't fold on your boundaries and you don't accept less than what you know you deserve and what you truly are passionate about and desire, because it's attainable. If the universe put it in your heart, you can have it in your hands. It's just going to take some work. It's not easy. It's never easy. So I've dedicated sharing the highs and the lows of my journey, because I feel like the spiritual life is glamorized and sensationalized, and it's all love and light and meditation and zen and it's not. Sometimes you want to cuss a motherfucker out, and sometimes you might cuss a motherfucker out, and sometimes that's spiritual too. Because sometimes people need to be checked in the language they understand. And some people only understand ignorant shit. So it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have to gauge the situation and know when you are acting out of fear, and know when you are acting from experience. Because when I was on that pier talking to those guards, I was like thinking to myself, what can I do? Like, oh, they don't want to help me. They keep telling me this. They keep making excuses. I could have accepted that, in which for a moment I almost did. I was like, as soon as I walked away, I was like, oh, hell no. Somebody's going down there to get this shit. I don't care. You're going to try. You're going to actually put some effort towards it. I'm trying to do my part, so you're going to do your part. So it's all a test. Sometimes you have to come at it at a different angle. Sometimes that first try is going to be so frustrating. You're going to want to throw in the towel and just be like, fuck this shit. But it's a distraction. It's a test. And you just can't fold. You just can't. You can't. Because what that does is build your fear. It accumulates your fear and it keeps you stuck. But when you face your fear and you overcome it, that builds your strength, that builds your intuition, that builds your confidence. And the next time you're ready to take a risk or jump off the bridge, or you know what I'm saying, or do something that you've never done before, you won't be afraid. You may have a little bit of fear, but your faith in yourself will be stronger, because you realize, I've overcome all this shit before. Like, I've done all this. I've made it through all these obstacles. Like, I can do this. I can handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. I knew this rant was going to be long, so I started to just break it up, but I was like, I'll timestamp it. So we'll timestamp it for 53:40 for the reading. If someone watching will do that, I will pin it. If not, I'll just have to remember to go timestamp it. I don't know if there were any comments coming up. Okay, I don't think so, because it's not showing me. So okay, 54 minutes is what we'll timestamp for the reading. I'm gonna start with Moonology Oracle cards. Oh yeah, last night I was walking home after the very long, stressful day that I had, and I saw the first slither of the new moon, and I cried again, but it was happy tears, because I was like, this new start is coming. This is it. This is the beginning of something new. So all of that shit that I went through, I knew that something better was coming, and today has already been better. So I woke up, well, first and foremost, One of my good psychic friends back home woke up from a weird dream and she's like, hey, are you up? And I was like dead ass tired, but she's like, hey, can I pay you for a reading? And usually like we'll exchange readings. I totally would not have let her pay me, but I needed the money. So I was like, yeah, girl, okay. And it ended up being a really good reading. So I did a reading for her last night. She sent me some money for it, which I definitely needed. I was able to go buy myself some more groceries. So and then I woke up to another booking. So the energy is already turning around. And I think your confidence does that. When you show the universe that you're bigger than the battle, than the fight, it's time to take action. New Moon in Aries. Love it. When you show the universe that you're resentless. That's not what I want to say. Relentless. What the fuck? I'm like, wait a minute, that don't sound right. When you show the universe that you're relentless and that you really do want it, it's gonna put you through the ringer first to see, okay, let's just see. When you pass those tests, the rewards start flowing in. So I'm still waiting on the rewards, but you can count on me to keep it all the way 100 with you. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit. So it's time to take action. New Moon in Aries. Oh, New Moon in Virgo. We just had New Moon in Virgo. I knew this was going to come out. A time to give rather than to receive. And that's another reason why I was like, you know what? I just got to get back on my readings because it distracts me from my own problems. And I'm able to provide help and guidance to other people. And that is my way of raising my vibration. When I get down or if I get upset, I do readings. And I found that's one of the things that has been attacked too. Like when I have the energy and I'm ready, I'm like, cool, I'm eager. Let's do these readings. There's noise going on or I'll come outside and I'm getting attacked by a fucking June bug. I've been out here an hour and I haven't seen one yet. Hopefully one doesn't come because I've spoken it up. But it's just like once you keep going and you show the universe that you're relentless, I won't say that the obstacles stop, but it's like those initial tests. It's like, okay, you're qualified. You can do this. Cool. Let's keep it moving. I knew that I was guided the whole time, and I knew that I was protected. And having that relationship with yourself is what gives you that trust. So I do encourage you to meditate, go within, ask who your guides are, and trust what comes to you because I know I have a lot. And I even know that some of my passed on loved ones are watching me. I felt their presence, and it's been amazing. Not to get emotional, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. All right. New Moon in Aries. Good stuff. I passed it. Time to take action. Do your best and be happy with that. It's like about not beating yourself up like, okay, I did my best. Like shit with the people on the deck, like on the pier or whatever. Like all I can do is try until there's nothing else that you can do. Do your best. Do your absolute best. And don't beat yourself up if you gave it your best shot and it still didn't work out for you. That probably just means that it wasn't meant for you, whatever it was that you were working towards. Avoid being brash right now. Don't even think about giving up. It's all a test. You may be going through something very similar, just like me, something that you recently decided that you wanted, that you were going to put action towards, or maybe you are going to be taking action towards something and you're going to be tested. And that's why this personal story in this reading I know it's going to tie in together because I tend to experience the energy that the collective goes through, I think a little bit sooner, and this may be for a lot of light workers, so that we can relay and guide you and tell you, okay, look, I know that this energy is coming based on how I harnessed it and dealt with it. Here's what you can expect, and here's some guidance on how to navigate this route that's ahead or something like that. So I know that I tend to go through shit before the vast majority. So this could be something that you're getting ready to take action towards, that you just decided, I got to do it. A new male could be coming into your life. Ooh, okay. You need a 12-month plan. Absolutely. So I think it's just about mapping out your goals and staying focused, kind of having tunnel vision. because you will be tested and there will be distractions. We got 3 new moons here. New starts, new energy, newness. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Absolutely. Whether you see it or not, don't give up because your hard work is paying off. Let's look at this. All right. All right. Make a proper plan and execute it well. So along with Aries and Capricorn, I find, are very similar. Both natural leaders and very driven. The only thing is Aries are fire signs, so I think they have a little bit more get up and go about them. And Capricorns, I think, are a little bit more meticulous and practical. Aries may be more of a risk taker, and Capricorn is going to be more methodical and want to plan things out a little bit more. So yes, plan things out. Have a plan for sure, a 12-month plan, if you will. But it says also you need to be more disciplined to reach your goal. There could be some things that you need to stop giving time and energy and effort to, being that of which being your fears or apprehensions or anything that's keeping you from going after your goals. That could be something that you just need to stop giving so much time or energy to. Your hard work will make your dreams a reality. Continue to work hard. Like as you push through each level, you get to the prize. You know, there's only so many tests you're going to have to go through before you reap the benefits of the journey. A very good omen for study or teaching. So you may be a natural teacher, or you may be studying something. You may be going back to school or something like that. Don't be too controlling and avoid anyone who is controlling. That is a fear-based mentality, trying to control the situation because you don't know what's going to happen. You're feeling a little worried or something like that. You just kind of have to go with the flow. And it's crazy how easy that's been for me since I got out here. So I really just replanted myself in new soil, and I really didn't have many expectations. I knew things were going to be hard. I was really, I think, practical about what to expect and really about not having expectations. So other than my bag mysteriously vanishing, everything else, I'm like, that's to be expected. Like, oh, of course that happened. Like, of course that happened to me. Of course my charger slipped right through the crack, and I literally watched it because I felt it disconnect from my phone. I looked down because I'm like, okay, let me get it because it's falling. Slipped right through the crack. Of course that happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Of course that kind of test happens to someone truly going after something. I was like, man, whatever I'm about to do, something or somebody want me to do it, or they want to see how bad I want it. So, Gibbous Moon is here. This represents you're very close to achieving your goal. What did I say? And I said, this came up in a personal reading I just did, and I remember saying to them, you know, it's always darkest before the dawn. You know, when shit gets really, really hard, that's when you, that's really when you kind of reach the climax of it. That's when you kind of, that's when you win, pretty much. All right, Gibbous Moon. I know that I'm on the right track. You may be getting signs and synchronicities, and trust them, because a lot of the times your fears and your doubts and your apprehensions will scream at you. They will be super, super loud, and the synchronicities and the guidance from the universe will sound like a whisper. That's pretty much how the intuition works. But as you feed your intuition and you feed your strength in those parts of yourself that are quiet, that are hard to hear, that's what this game of life is all about. Learning how to flip that, learning how to slowly do that over time, it will reverse. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier to tune those voices out, because I promise my inner child, that voice of fear, that voice of apprehension, that voice of worry is getting smaller and smaller and quieter as I continue to go down my path. So you're on the right track. And when you know you're on the right track, it's kind of, I won't say it's easy. For me, it kind of gives me a little bit of peace of mind, because it's like, what can go wrong? Because of course a lot of things can go wrong, but it's like, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Like, if this is happening, I'm on the right track. If it's happening, it's meant to happen. It's guiding me towards something. There's something that I'm supposed to learn from this. And it just makes the journey a little less stressful, because you realize every aspect of it has a purpose for you, and there's something you need to learn, there's something you need to gain from it to help you in the next level. So it's like, if you had to, like, say it's a video game, you had to fight this bad guy or whatever, and it was really hard, but you achieved it. Well, you learned some tricks, or you learned some skills in that battle that you will need for the next battle, that's going to make that battle even easier than had you, gone from level 1 to 10 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So know that you're on the right path. Now is a good time to review your plans. So if you're making plans, reevaluate your plans, come back to them, make sure nothing needs to be changed. See if you need to tweak anything, because you're going with the flow, right? You're just kind of seeing what the universe has in store for you. You're not trying to control the situation. You have a plan in mind, but you understand that your plan may change. Your goal's not going to change, but your plan may have to change. So you may have to reevaluate the route you take to get to your goals. Stay focused. It's a good time to start a new project. Yeah, it is. We just had the new moon, first and foremost. We got 3 new moons in this reading. Our new moon was in Virgo. This is new moon in Virgo. It's a time to give rather than to take. See how you can give back to others. Whatever your field or area of expertise is, however you can give back to others, do that. It will raise your vibration. It will distract you from your fears and your worries, and it will strengthen your intuition. It's going to raise your vibration and put you in a more aligned state. You need to get back into good health habits. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams. So yeah, once you take action, keep going. I feel like these 2 cards came out together in a previous reading, and I feel like I said this is going to resonate later on with a lot of you. So maybe you were planning previously, and maybe now you're actually going to take action towards something. I want to say it was a Capricorn reading. I could be wrong. Maybe it was an earth sign. But I feel like these very same cards came out because I was like, yeah, once you take action, keep going. Don't stop. You're going to gain momentum, and it's time to just keep it pushing. Don't stop at all. Don't let these distractions throw your focus or slow down your momentum, because once you gain that momentum, you can push through. Use that drive and that energy to keep chasing your goals. Don't quit. There is no quitting. What's that? We don't do that. Time to give rather than receive. Recommit a healthy morning and evening routines. So I think self-care, making sure you're healthy, eating well, drinking enough water, staying hydrated, replacing your electrolytes, drinking Gatorade, Powerade, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of yourself, taking your vitamins, working out. I said working out. Meditating. I said that. Doing fun things. Just really listening to your body, listening to your mind, taking care of yourself. There's more of that is necessary, and I think that will keep you balanced and keep you aligned as well. Gradual improvements are coming. Like I said, your hard work is starting to pay off. Whether you see it or not, it's coming. You're so close to it. You are so close. Like, now, this is a full moon. Gibbous moon. Gibbous moon. So gibbous means growing. And we are in the waxing gibbous phases. We just had the new moon, so the moon is growing in size. New moon and gibbous moon, this is the moon phase that we're in. Hello, this is divine. It's growing, it's coming, and our full moon is what, 2 weeks? Full moon in Pisces on what, the 15th? Let me look real quick so I can give you the exact date. But hell, you may see something coming to fruition by the time our full moon is here. Pay attention to detail if you want success without being pedantic. Oh, I guess that means panicky. Pedantic. I don't know what that means. This is paying attention to detail, but not being too controlling. Like, oh no, this needs to be this way. Just taking a mental account of things that aren't going your way, and just trying to figure out, okay, how do I handle this? How do I deal with this? What can I do about this? Be solution oriented at all times. Don't let your fears get the best of you. Don't get to the point where you start freaking out like, oh my God, what's going on? Why is this happening? Like when my charger fell under the pier, I was like, I had a little freak out moment. I was like, okay, calm down. We can't think clearly in this energy. How can we fix this? Who can I get? Who can help me? There has to be someone who can help me. What is the first step to getting this shit back? So stay in the energy. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. The person you're asking about is reliable. So if you were watching this reading with someone in mind, this probably does mean that this person is reliable, and maybe their efforts or it hasn't shown in the 3D yet, but it will. It's coming. It's growing. It's increasing. All right, that's the Moonology Oracle. Let's get Kipper deck. Show me what's going on for the collective in September. Expectation. Maybe you are waiting on something. Maybe you're waiting on something to come into fruition, or you're waiting on like the 3D, waiting for something tangible. And 3D also represents a 3-month wait. We are in the last 4 months of this year. So I feel like some of you have been working on something probably for the last 3 months or something, or you will be working on something for 3 months. Could be a professional project, but this is the card of waiting on something. You could be waiting to hear from someone, waiting on information, like I'm waiting on, a job offer. You could be waiting on anything. Show me more about what the collective is going through in September. Show me the energy for the collective in September. High honor is here. Okay. High honor is here and unexpected income. Okay. So I feel like, listen, you're very close to achieving your goal. I think it's going to come when you least expect it. It could be money or something that is valuable, but unexpected income does represent like a check, a bonus, a raise. You could be waiting, like something's coming to you, but maybe it ends up being way better than you expected it to be, because expectation is here, but unexpected income is here. So you may be getting like a sign-on bonus or a raise, or hell, winning the lottery, something like that. And high honor is here. It's going to put you in a place. I think it's going to boost your status to an extent. Like, this is representing achievement, journey. This could represent your personal journey, what your like for me, I always like to use myself as an example, because if I tell you my story and then I use myself as an example, it can help you apply to your own life and see how it may fit your situation. It's just easier for me that way, and I think it sounds easier for you guys as well. If not, please let me know and I'll find another way. But this is the most enabling and positive card here. It represents trophies, medals, honor, success, promotion, a raise, acing an exam, or graduating with honors. Listen, whatever it is that you're expecting, you don't know how great it really is about to be. That's why you can't quit, because you're almost there. And especially if you've been going through a lot of shit like I have, you gotta know the outcome is good. And from my own experience, I know that when these tests get really hard, like, oh, this shit about to be good, because why else would I be going through all of this? So you go away. You're expecting greatness, but it's going to be even greater than you expect. Yeah, this represents like being on your way up socially or professionally. This is really going to elevate you or upgrade you, is what I get. You're getting upgraded. You're waiting on something. Maybe you know what you're waiting for, but whatever it is that you actually get, I don't think it's something that you expected. It represents achievement, career advancement, recognition, promotions. It's usually business. It's virtually always business related. It requires knowledge as opposed to manual labor. Oh, it has an element of work that requires knowledge. So maybe this is something that you're very knowledgeable about that's going to help you advance. Your ambition, skills, and knowledge are recognized now. This card announces success, for example, in the form of a job, acceptance or a promotion. I hope this is for y'all too, because there's a job offer that I really, really want. And I'm, of course, waiting to hear back. And I don't know, maybe it'll be more money than I expected, but it's a really good paying job that I want, that would absolutely improve my lifestyle. And also allow me to be more knowledgeable in my field. It's going to teach me a lot. There's a lot of room for growth and achievement and, elevation. Okay. Show me more for the collective in September. A new relationship. This could be a new business relationship, a new job, a new love relationship, because the new and the Aries said a new male could be coming into your life. So this could be a romantic relationship. Show me more for the collective in September. For the collective. What is the energy for the collective in September? Marriage. So you could be signing a contract. This could be a long-term relationship. It could be a relationship that grows really fast, whether it's a romantic relationship or a business relationship. It goes from courtship to marriage. This represents a new relationship, and this is a strong, deep bond. Could also represent a contractual business relationship. So this could, like I said, you could be signing a contract, or you could just be, the growth could just happen really quickly, or you could just start a new relationship and y'all just go get hitched. Message. This could represent any type of correspondence, a text message, a phone call, you name it, an email. Maybe you're expecting some type of message just beneath that sudden wealth. Listen, Jupiter went direct to 7-Eleven. Okay. This is some good stuff. This is some real good stuff. Any advice for the collective during the month of September? Address your addiction. This card was saying, look at where you put in too much energy into the wrong things. Like, reevaluate your plans, your priorities. Figure out where it is that you need to sacrifice. Like, okay, I really enjoy doing this, but this is just extra money. I could be saving this, or I could be investing in my goal, or whatever. Make the necessary sacrifices. It's about really going within and being honest with yourself about what you need and what you want, separating and differentiating the two, and just like clearing out your energy so that you can allow this new stuff to come in, this high honor, this unexpected income to come in. Address your addictions. There could be some things that you just have a habit of doing, that you've gotten comfortable with doing, that aren't actually serving you. Those could be the things that you need to sacrifice. And I think these definitely go hand in hand. It makes me think of the Devil card. Unhealthy attachments, addictions, obsessions, anything of that nature. Take the lead. Like the new moon in Aries, it's time to take action. It's time to take the lead. Don't wait for a sign from the universe. Take the initiative on your own to take action towards your goals and what you truly want. Live your soul, not a role. It's about doing what's true to you, what's deep in your heart, what you're truly passionate about, what you feel inspired and drawn to do naturally. Not like if you work this 9 to 5 that you don't resonate with. Listen. You may be addicted to your lifestyle. You may be addicted to, I hate this job, but it's paying well. And that could be an example of an addiction or something. Take the lead in your life. You have the power to take control over your life and make your life go whichever direction you want it to. You just have to step up and take the lead to do so. Live your soul, not a role. It's like not living a role that's been assigned to you, what someone else says you should do or thinks you should do, what someone else thinks is best for you. Do what feels natural to you. And let me connect this charger before my phone dies. 1 second, y'all. Have a weird little setup here. I had to rig it. All right. See what the tarot has for us. I just saw the Three of Cups that represents celebration. You could be taking a leap of faith, starting a new beginning. We have new moon energy, so I think a lot of newness is definitely in. It is in the cards. There's a lot of new stuff coming your way. New can be scary though. You know, when you have to wipe, not have to, but when you wipe the slate clean and you forget what you know or what you thought you knew and you start learning new things, that can be a little scary. Show me the messages for the collective in September, please. You could be having some internal struggles, feeling like you can't be heard, like there's competition. There may be competition, especially if you're trying to get a different job or something. There may be competition in your workplace, or this could be internal conflict. This could be your higher self conflicting with your ego. These two cards just slid on out. So I think there's definitely a need to cut out the bullshit, really mentally figure out, okay, the thoughts that are coming into your mind. Which of these thoughts do I need? Which of them are distracting? Cut out the bullshit, get to the point. And I think this is very much so a take the lead energy, taking the initiative. And I think doing it internally first, like cutting out the bullshit, simplifying things, and relying on inspiration. This is new passionate beginnings, new starts. Again, newness. Aries, Leo, Sag energy with the Ace of Wands. A new, fiery, passionate beginning. And I think you're cutting out the bullshit. You're cutting out this internal conflict, cutting out this competition, this war that's going on internally, more than likely. Cutting that out and just relying on what you need. Relying on the inspiration, relying on the passion, on the drive, and the passion that gets you going. Not the passion that makes you feel feared and worry. You're cutting this shit out. You're turning your back on that shit. Let me show you how it comes up. You're turning your back on that, and you're focusing on the inspiration, the passion, the desire, the drive, and the new opportunities. Show me the messages for the collective. Knight of Swords. This is about taking action. Taking action. Now, be mindful, because the Knight of Swords can be a little hasty, a little bit reckless. So don't be reckless, because you could be channeling this energy, this hostile energy, into your drive, and the same energy, you know, without converting it, it can come out a little rash or harsh. So be mindful of that. Taking action is good. However, be mindful of your energy while doing so. You don't want to be reckless. You know, you want to be smart about it. Show me more. Oh. The Lovers in the reverse. So some of you could be struggling with making important decisions or making lustful decisions. Like I said, those addictions, making the necessary sacrifices is necessary, but there could be some addictions, some unhealthy attachments, some bondages that you are not being honest with yourself, or that you are not sacrificing, and that could be what's holding you back from starting this new opportunity or this new journey. That could be some of the bullshit that you are failing to cut out. This is about making lustful decisions based on temporary happiness. It could also mean infidelity or imbalance, an unhealthy imbalance. Pay attention to details with the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Pay attention to your own thoughts and to everything that's going on around you. But I think, and more so, pay attention to your energy within, your own thoughts, your desires, the way you, all of that. And just be honest with yourself and be clear with yourself. Address any addictions that you have, like temporary satisfaction, lust, you know, money. If you know, because money that's a lustful relationship. Oh shit. So we have the Fool and the King of Wands. It's about taking a leap of faith, taking a step forward towards a new beginning, being optimistic, having faith. With the Fool card is Aquarius energy, ruled by Uranus. Uranus is retrograde. Sagittarius energy, could also be Aries or Leo. Fire energy. This is that exuberance. This is that taking the lead. This is you taking the lead, taking that leap of faith, step forward. Being fearless, being confident, knowing what you want, being clear on your passions, and acting on it. A lot of fire energy. A lot of fire energy. Yeah, definitely taking a step forward, taking the lead, taking the initiative. I see that happening. Show me more for the collective. Right now, you could be feeling really beat down, really defeated, really, you know, worn out. But this new energy is coming, because this is a 10. This is over. This heartbreaking, this hurtful, this painful, if you experience betrayal, backstabbing, slander, whatever, it's done. If this was a relationship that involved infidelity or cheating or imbalance or just an unhealthy situation that involved a lot of conflict or competition, maybe you felt like you had to compete with people outside of your relationship, whatever this is for you, that's ending. That's ending. And I think you're going to feel very free and very light, and you're going to be able to move forward towards your goals, towards your desires, towards the things that you're passionate about effortlessly. Show me more for the collective. Oh, death popped out in the reverse. So this does represent change. Now, I think the transition may be difficult for a lot of you, because the death card represents rebirth, change, major change, transformation. So it could be that some of you are having a hard time going from this energy. You could be having a hard time transitioning from this energy to this energy, but you have to allow, let me pick the cards up, transitioning from that 10 of Swords to this, and this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So I think this is really mental too. It could just be thoughts replaying in your mind, but once you get to this place, I think, or once you allow this transformation and this change to take place, it will make you feel so much lighter and at ease. King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, some of you are really not happy right now. Cussing up a storm, like unhappy, mad, feeling cold, distant, and probably bitchy, maybe sarcastic. Like, this is a person who's hard to be around. You could just be having like a lack of clarity. You can't think clearly, but I think you have to allow the change to take place. You have to really get in tune with yourself and figure out what it is that you're holding on to. There may be some attachments that you have. You could be refusing to see things for what they are, and for that reason not making any decisions, being at a stalemate. Moon and Libra energy. Not making any decisions right now, just not doing anything, not moving forward, feeling like you need more time to think, more time to process everything that's happening, because you don't have any clarity right now. You don't feel mentally stable. You don't like the changes that are happening, but I think these changes are necessary. They definitely are necessary. This is Pluto energy, Scorpio energy. Pluto's retrograde right now. It's your responsibility to push through this. Once you complete this, this is completion. This is completion. You're almost there. This newness is like right around the corner, and then all this great stuff wants to come in. I think there's a need to balance your emotions, to keep your emotions in check, to remain kind and warm and loving and grateful, appreciative. This is a very charismatic and compassionate energy. You need to take this energy with yourself and with your situation. Know that this is temporary. And as soon as you accept the changes that need to take place, I think you will gain clarity. It will flip this energy upside down, and you're going to feel so light and free and just move forward with ease. It's going to be a breeze. But right now I feel like you just like, I need some time. I don't know what to do with this. But focus on your energy, balance your emotions. You will clear your mind, or balance your thoughts as well. There's a lot of good stuff coming in as soon as you push through. It's darkest before the dawn. You gotta push through. You gotta push through. I hope this was helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because I don't know if my phone is charging, and I honestly don't feel like there's anything else to say here. So I hope this provides you with some clarity and some guidance for the month ahead. Be on the lookout for your zodiac reading if it hasn't been released, or if it hasn't been published yet. And thank you so much for watching and tuning in and liking, supporting, following me on social media. As always, if you want to donate, book a personal reading, or connect with me on social media, the information is below, as well as if you want to book a personal reading. Did I say that? I may have said that. Oh, and I'm making changes to Patreon. So the highest tier, you will get 3 personal readings a month if you book for $44.44, which is a damn good deal, because most like a real thorough spread is $40 on its own. So you can get 3 readings for basically the price of 1 on Patreon if you do the Mama Daddy Doe tier, which is the highest 3rd rank level or whatever. And I'm working on making some changes to the other 2 tiers just to make it a little bit easier on myself and very informative for you guys. So be on the lookout for those. Connect with me on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. I always update personal things that's going on with me on Instagram first, and then I come to YouTube. So connect with me there. I want to get a P.O. box ASAP. That way, if any people, because some people may want to send decks. I know they do that with other tarot readers, but I gotta replace those decks that I lost eventually. So as soon as I get a P.O. box, excuse me, sorry, that irritates me. As soon as I get a P.O. box, I'll add that to the description box. And as soon as I replace my essential oils and my bracelet kit, I will inform you guys so that I can get to making some jewelry again and making some essential oils again. Also, I do have the rest of my inventory for my essential oils and my bracelets. I didn't post the essential oils on Instagram, but I did post pretty much all of the bracelets that I have. So if you're interested in buying a bracelet or an ankle bracelet based on the inventory that I still have left, I've discounted all of them. So go check that out. And shipping is $5. I discounted that too, because typically it would cost me $7 when I did the at-home label, but I'm gonna have to go to the post office and I think it'll be cheaper. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that reading, and I will be back very soon for the rest of the monthly readings. And as soon as I get a schedule, consistent schedule out here, and I'm like, well, as soon as I get settled and I have some ease about my life to an extent, I'll do my best to go back to doing weekly readings, or at least 3 readings a month for YouTube. But I'm trying to just not overcommit and exhaust myself. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing and being a part of my YouTube family. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out now, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, and as always, peace, love, and light. Bye.